Alright, quick test. I've got two sets of objects, one heavy, one light, but they're the same size. I hold them at the same height and drop them simultaneously. They almost hit the ground together. Why is that? Today I'm breaking down the law of falling objects using one simple concept. Energy equals mass times gravity times height. That's gravitational potential energy. E equals m times g times h. M means mass, which is how much stuff you've got, in kilograms. G is gravity's pull. That's about 9.8 meters per second squared on Earth. H is the height in meters. If I lift something higher, its height gets increased, so the energy amount gets bigger. If it's heavier, the mass gets bigger. So again, the energy amount gets bigger. That energy is stored because gravity is ready to pull it down. Now the fun part, when I let go, that stored energy turns into motion, or kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is half times the mass, times the velocity squared. As it falls, potential energy, or mass times gravity times height, transforms into kinetic energy, which sets them as equals and evens out. Mass cancels on both sides and then, boom. Next, to solve for the speed or velocity is square root of 2 times the gravity times the height. So the speed right before it hits depends on gravity and the height but not mass. That's why the heavy ball and the light ball fall together if they're the same shape, and of course, if we ignore the air resistance, but air matters. A feather falls slow because air pushes up hard relative to its weight. On the moon, where there is no air, an astronaut dropped a hammer and a feather and they hit together. Back on Earth, if things are the same shape, air affects them about the same, so gravity wins and they end with a tie. Let's estimate a drop from 5 meters. Its speed when it hits the ground, around 22 miles per hour. From 20 meters, that doubles it to about 44 miles per hour. Going higher is to go faster, impact with more force and bigger energy. Key takeaways: lifting stores energy. Falling converts it to motion and mass cancels for speed, but air can matter. But all of it works together and makes an impact.